2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my
appreciate that, fam.
Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show.
Man, I'm mad they don't do the color rush no more. In real life.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering.
My man, let's go, birds. The last game I played, I think Alshon had like either 200 or 300 yards. Yeah, you better watch this shit, Mike Pat, cause you might learn something. You next. I'm gonna beat your ass after this.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago where the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
I'm not your average player. See coming out of the motherfucking
60 or back. Check hard. Check 13. Go.
On 1st and 10, Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Kill. 6-6, pull it high. Tighten up. Hey, Sam off.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. A 1st down carry for Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Protein spill.
Watch twins.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And how about that on 3rd down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a 1st down.
You got tight right there. Check 31.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
On first down, Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 30 base.
You got nothing.
Big river.
Now Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
That
Now
motherfucking
they're
dog
looking at
over
a
there.
3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing Jones.
Okay.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the ball is knocked out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Go.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Leo.
Check 26, check 26. Check 52. Let's go, boys. Bring it on. With no score.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
Tyler, 64, weak. Look at me. Go.
Jones now on 1st down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your
Eagle pressure too much this time. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A minimal gain there on the Eagles play of the drive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Fuck.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Boston Scott, his first carry. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. That's caught by Jackson.
We do.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Oh, I think somebody was in here, bro. I got a fan thing. I got to do it for the fans.
As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Elliott Good
come out here and
extra point.
That
makes the score 7-0.
I see you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
One of y'all niggas is talking that shit. Play me after this. Oh, I forgot how to bring my motherfucking shit up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Okay, my nigga Damo. My nigga Damo was in this joint. I see you, fool. Man, nigga, hit my phone, cuz.
What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon
Damo,
Barkley.
nigga, that nigga be bullshit,
Give him
man.
2 yards on that play.
They don't fuck with the game no more.
3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm going to send them dogs at you, bro.
Quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to the day. Taken in at the 22.
Damo, you already know how I get, bro. If you come on my line, bro, I gotta turn up. I got to, fool.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We got to step it up. He's crazy. He's checking crazy.
Throwing now is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the carry, this is Scott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run can go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
That offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Oh, shit, I forgot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
Go. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
That be that bullshit. That be that bullshit.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Keep it up, guys.
Now Wentz again. Oh, he goes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the 1st half.
He put a bad ball placement on that shit.
Snap as they start out
it was supposed to be that shit wasn't even supposed to be right there.
Jones, a final shot before break. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's give him some.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try to hit them a little bit more.
Now I'm on a boat.
Some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Trying to rhyme it. Cody shot him in the throat. Young nigga on the boulevard. I was hanging with the
from
stick.
the 29, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And brought down down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop something big to knock them back on their heels?
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. The toss out to Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Let this go deep for Jackson.
Get that interception.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So good, everybody get this first. Do the change.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the PAT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Another interception coming.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for it now.
It's caught inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
The defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. In the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the 17, Wentz. It's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Put a one-on-one with a fucking dog-ass tight end. Yeah. Hey, that's real football right there, man. They don't make it like that no more.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously is strong. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Jones. Throwing on third and long. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Wentz going to throw. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding a big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down.
Yeah, it better be.
Incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw. Jones. And it is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. Louis!
Watch the screen.
Great 57. Here, shoot. Hey, high 7.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
In order to lead in the game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Hey, Scrap. Hey, Mike Pat. That's it. Nigga, you my son. Nigga, you're my son. Nah, man, my shit went from like 55 all the way down, bro. Yeah, I want to play with my son in the park. What you need me to bring out?